Hello. Welcome, Big Pig. So nice to come on after somebody so happy there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jim, thank you very much. Jim Zorn. What a talented geezer that is. I can feel his angst. Can't you? That's going to happen a few times. I may be slightly concussed at the end of this. I'm sorry about that. Hi, anyway, hi. Hello. Okay, look, there's a thing in the press at the moment. I don't know if you know that Keith Chegwin has been stealing jokes off people, yeah? Yeah, it's a big thing right now. So tonight, I won't be doing any of my funny jokes. If that's okay with you, because, you know, don't want Keith stealing them. So yes, I'm Jim Davies. I'll come out here as well. Just don't bang your head on that. I'm a writer. Yeah, I said that at the last gig, and somebody shouted at the back, "What, like a cucumber writer?" And this woman in the first row went, "No, it's Writher, cucumber writher." And he goes, No. In Indian languages, the TH is pronounced as a T or a D. Writer, Prada. And I was like, okay, look, this is a really nice middle-class heckle here, you know? But I'm trying to perform. You know, does your husband chat to you whilst you're trying to perform? And the second I asked that question, I knew the answer. I saw some lovely curtains in John Lewis today. You know, I can imagine, he's coming up, sorry, there's kids around, so I can't be too graphic, but she's going through the catalogue. Oh, look, that sofa will get very well with that. Anyway, the reason I knew that is I dated that girl in the 80s. I have to say, back on the head. I have to say, the sex wasn't very good, but the living room was fantastic. Very nice indeed. So yes, I'm Jim Davies. I'm a writer. I write film and television. Oh, yeah, I write film and television. I just reminded myself of that. I started off in the business writing on Baker Grove. Baker Grove. First thing I did on Baker Grove was get rid of Jeff. I killed Jeff off. Next series I worked on was The Bill. First thing I did on The Bill was kill Sergeant Cryer off. You can see a running joke here, can't you? Next series I worked on was Casualty. And then I killed Harry off. So essentially when an actor sees me on set, they think, here's the serial killer. Oh, fuck. This is going to really hurt eventually. Was it just midgets you were going for on this one, or anywhere at the edge of set? Anyway, yeah. So yes, I'm a writer of film and television, and I'm here tonight with a lot of friends I went to school with. Some funny stories I can tell about them. But if they've got lawyers, probably not. Yeah. So I'm going to not use the F word tonight, because the F word, especially with young people around, is a bad thing to do. So instead of saying the F word, I'm going to say cook. Okay? I happen to be a fantastic cook myself. I like cooking. I like cooking doors in the kitchen. I like cooking outside in the garden. I can cook all night if you'd like me to. Just making sure that you girls realise that I can cook really well. Cooking. Ow! Okay, I'm going to do the rest of this act on my knees. Thus saving me bleeding. So I'm just looking at some crib notes. This is my 9th gig of this year, and I've been doing lots of strange venues. And last week, it didn't really work very well. No, it did actually. Last week was really good. The week before didn't work very well, because 80% of the audience was Spanish, and I was doing stuff about English advertising. Didn't really work for them, didn't really work for me. See, that's going to get me to that one. Oh my God. Well, how did it go last night, Jim? I don't remember. I just got out of intensive care. Very nice. Cheers. Lovely. Do you go about my good side whilst I was banging into a light? Basically, I live in the Cotswolds now. The Cotswolds is part of the countryside. It's like the countryside for the rich people. It's very nice. And my local MP happens to be our Prime Minister, David Cameron. And I was in my local pub. He just got back from India last week, and I was in my local pub, and he turned up with 4 security guards with the old wires in the ears. And he's giving it the, I'm Prime Minister, I'll have a pint. You're Prime Minister, have 2. And we're standing at the bar, and I'm chatting to him, and he says, do you know, this morning when I got out of bed, I went into the garden, because it's my first day off for about 6 months. And I went into the garden, and I'm standing there, and a wasp flew up my short and stung me on my leg. And I was like, Prime Minister, that's terrible. What did your security guards do? Did they, it was like a 3-hour standoff, and then they tasered the wasp at the end, and it stung itself to death? It's like, no. I think somewhere I'm on a list now, you know? I think Dave, actually, that wasn't how the conversation went. The conversation, when he told me about his wasp sting, I told him about a wasp that had flown down my neck the day before, but hadn't stung me. But at the end of the conversation, I said, I'm Prime Minister. You want to do something about these wasps? I think it's a government issue. And very quickly, he goes, yeah, we'll set up a Home Office committee and a strategic action group. Which I think, you know, for a guy who's a ex-public school brain-dead person, was quite a funny joke. I didn't go to public school, I went to Guilsborough. Guilsborough! The great thing about Guilsborough School is, because I mix now with a lot of those toffs, is that when they say, where did you go to school? And they've all got, yeah, I went to Eton, I went to Harrow, where did you go? If you say Guilsborough in the right way, they think you went to public school. Where did you go to school? Guilsborough. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Guilsborough, lovely, yeah. So, you know, it's not all bad, is it? A comprehensive with a swimming pool, they had to break the ice. Break the ice on the swimming pool so you could go swimming in it. A swimming pool that was filled up with condoms and crisp packets on a regular basis. Those that went to Guilsborough School, we had an English master called Mr. Coop. Do you remember him? Yeah. Mr. Coop with a hair transplant. It took a very long time for his hair to start looking, well, it never did. It was just strands of hair that he got transplanted randomly from his pubes, I think. Anyway, my name's been Jim Davies. I love you all. Thank you very much for coming, and get some music on. Cheers. Bye-bye.